Now when we save our progress through the game and we want to reload the game, we actually want to appear where we saved it. Okay, so in this video we're going to sort that out in the script. So if I can type in the search save zone cube, so let's just double click to get over to one. Okay, so there's one of my save zones. So what I need to do in this pavilion is create another cube. So let's right click, 3D cube. Alright, just make sure that it's sitting roughly about there on the floor of the pavilion, right in the center. And we don't need a mesh renderer, we don't need a box collider, so it's basically just an empty game object really. And it's sitting right there. So this is actually a transform position. What we can do, we can move our player into that exact position if that's where the player has chosen to save the game. So we will call this one save location, let's just call it save location 1 because this is the first one that we've done. You can easily change the name later if you want. Don't even need a cube mesh filter actually. Okay, so what I want you to do is just type in your save. Okay, just go through these other 3 save zone cubes and just do exactly the same and put the cubes into place. So all of the pavilions should now have this extra cube in there called save location, and there should be 4 of those. Okay, so let's go into the script and we want the save zone script. Okay, public integer batteries, we can get rid of that, that was just for a test. What we want now is we'll serialize a field, I think, and this is going to be an integer, and we'll simply call this save number, and we won't actually put a value in there yet. In fact, yeah, we can do. We can put a default value of 0. Okay, in other words, we've not yet saved anything. Okay, so now we can save this. So we will now click on the save zone cube, and now we can see the save number. So the save number should match whatever the save location is. So for this one, it's going to be number 4. And let's find the other ones. Save zone cube should be this one. So this one should be number 3. And then obviously this one's number 2. And this one is obviously number 1. Okay. So now Unity knows which save zone is which. Alright, so what we can do is we can go into the save script and we can create another public static integer. We will call this save location. I'll put equals 0 to begin with. Alright, so by default it should equal 0. And then in the save zone script, we can then go down here to where we've pressed S, and we can actually set that number to whatever it is. Now I've just realized that we're calling the player prefs outside of the key code S for the enemies. That's only if we enter the save script area. So this should actually sit inside of the key code S. So let's just grab all of these where it says if save script.enemy1 equals 0 right down to enemy 6. Just copy those and let's paste those just underneath this gun. Okay, and then obviously just delete these ones out of here because they're sort of in the wrong location, I guess. So if you press S, then obviously it will save all of that data. Okay, finally what we want to do is we want to take this save number and pass it through to the save script. Okay, only when we press S. So we want to say save script dot save location equals save number. Alright, So this number will be unique to each save zone, and obviously that will update on there. Now what we want is that when the player reloads the game, that the player character pretty much starts in one of these locations inside one of these pavilions. To do that, we need to come back over to our save load script. Okay, and it's only if load game is equal to true. Now we do have some more ifs, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit of white space so that we can see what we're typing. So for this one, we're now going to say actually, yeah, we need to define a few more things at the top. So we need to serialize a field. It's going to be of a type transform, and we will call this save area 1. Okay, we need to know where these places are. So Control and C, Control and V to paste 3 times. This is save area 2. This is save area 3. And this one is save area 4. Okay, and we need another transform. Can you guess which transform we need? It is going to be the one that we actually need to move, and it's obviously going to be the player. Okay, in fact I'm going to call it player character, just in case we get any errors or anything like that. So player character is a transform. These are transformed. It's going to know that it can move this character to those areas. Okay, so down here then, just inside of the menu script.load game equals true, we're going to say if we need to get the player prefs actually. Player prefs dot now have we set this? I don't think we did we? We've done the save script dot save location equals save number, but we've not yet saved that to the player prefs. Okay, so let's create ourselves an integer for that then. So this is going to be a private integer, which we will call location. We'll call it location. And obviously we don't need to give it a default value. Okay, so down here then we're going to say player prefs dot set integer. The integer we want to do is what we just said, location. And that should be equal to a value of save script dot save location. Great. Okay, so now we've got it. So it's just called location. So now in the save load we can say player prefs location. Get int location. And we need to find out if that is equal to 1. Okay, so if location is equal to 1, then we can say that our player character should move to save area 1. Okay, so we're going to say player character dot transform dot position should equal what was it? Save area 1, was it? Save area 1, yeah. Save area 1 dot transform dot position. So in other words, it matches that position, so the player character will instantly move to that position. All right. All we need to do now is do it for the other 3 save zone areas. Paste, paste, paste. Oh, I've put that one in the wrong place there, haven't I? There we go, paste. Okay, so if player prefs.getInteger location is now equal to 2, then we want save area 2 transform.position. If this one is equal to 3, save area 3, and if this one is equal to 4, then it's save area 4. Okay, that's it. So all we need to do. And obviously if it's on location 0, it obviously won't do any of that, and the player character will just start in the normal position. But we need to make sure that we do that we come down here and type save script dot what did we call it? Was it location, save location, is that correct? I think it was it save location equals 0. Let me just double check that. Yeah, save location, that's correct. Okay, and that equals 0, so in other words it's resetting it. Alright, so we've done that, we've saved that. So now if we take a look at our save load, which should be on our main player, we now have some empty game slots that need to be filled. So first of all, FPS controller is the player character, and these save areas are these ones. So let's go to save. What I want to do, I want to save this panel in the inspector, but I want to be able to click on these. So if you want to do that, what we can do, we can actually just lock this panel by clicking this little padlock icon. Now that it's locked, it means that I can click on any of these. Okay, so save zone cube, right? And I don't lose this from the inspector. I should just be able to click and drag that actually into there. Yep. Okay, save zone cube 1, save zone cube 2, save zone cube 3, and save zone cube 4. Okay, and those are the correct areas. And now I can unlock my inspector. So it will obviously change depending on what I've got selected. Okay, so all of that is now set up. So what we need to do in the next video is go back to our main menu and ensure that people can actually load a game or start a new game and everything gets reset back to default.